everyone, it's time again to recap the latest news from the solar PV industry, compiled by the American Solar Energy Society. I'm Jay Warmke with SolarPVTraining.com, and this is what's happening in the wonderful world of solar for the week of May 11th. The electrification of heating systems and the adoption of electric vehicles are expected to raise New England's annual electricity consumption by about 11% over the next decade, according to the region's grid operator. Net annual energy usage in the region has trended down for the last 2 decades, mainly due to increase in energy efficiency from advanced cooling and heating technologies, energy efficient appliances and lighting, and an increased number of homes and businesses that are installing solar on their roofs. However, ISO New England is predicting that this trend will reverse itself over the next decade. One of the major reasons why the grid has not faced increased demand over the past several decades has just suddenly become in peril. The Energy Star program that has helped consumers save more than $500 billion in energy costs and over 5 trillion kilowatt hours since it was launched in 1992 by President George H.W. Bush. But despite these impressive numbers, the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, recently hinted that it plans to end the program. This according to CNN, The Washington Post, and Reuters. Last week, it was reported that the Trump administration was planning to scrap the Energy Star program as part of its reorganization of the EPA. According to people who attended the briefing on this matter, the administration is planning to eliminate the entire Office of Atmospheric Protection, which administers the Energy Star program along with quite a number of other programs. The EPA has neither confirmed or denied these reports. In April, more than 1,000 companies and organizations lobbied EPA to maintain the Energy Star program, noting that the typical household can save about $450 in energy costs each year as a result of choosing Energy Star products. The program has more than 16,000 participating companies and organizations and include over 1,800 manufacturers who rely on the Energy Star program to drive consumer demand for energy-efficient products. Restrictions on wind and solar development in Texas could increase wholesale power prices by 14% over the next 10 years and cause capacity shortfalls resulting in up to 3.1 gigawatts, according to a recent analysis by Aurora Energy Research outlined in a report that was prepared for the Texas Association of Businesses. A typical Texas household electricity cost would increase $225 per year, or about 10%, according to the report. This is in response to recent legislation working its way through the Texas legislature. In the past few weeks, the state Senate has passed one bill that imposes new fees and regulations on wind and solar projects, and another requiring new renewables be matched megawatt for megawatt by power generated from coal or natural gas. A third bill currently under consideration, but not yet passed, would retroactively require that wind farms and solar arrays must have firm generation backup. So in other words, these facilities would have to install diesel or natural gas generators that would operate in case the wind and solar generation failed. The pushback from the fossil fuel industry is in response to a changing marketplace where last year nationwide, only 4% of all new electric utility generating capacity was generated from fossil fuels. On May 1st, 38 House Republicans sent a letter to the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee asking for a full repeal of the Inflation Reduction Act during current budget reconciliation process. The signers asserted that the IRA will cost taxpayers about $1 trillion over the next decade and will jeopardize America's return to energy dominance. These opponents of the IRA assert that it unfairly props up unreliable energy sources such as wind and solar while displacing dependable, proven energy like coal and natural gas, and refer to the IRA as the left's green welfare agenda. Meanwhile, the Business Council for Sustainable Energy and the Clean Energy Business Network urged Congress to support the full suite of existing energy tax incentives. The signatories represented business interests in 43 states, and companies which signed the letter in support of the IRA represent about $451 billion in capital and more than 165,000 employees. They claim that the IRA has stimulated the U.S. economy, particularly in the clean energy sector, with over 400,000 new jobs created, and is directly responsible for billions of dollars in private investment. And that's the news from the solar industry for this week. We'll see you next week.